What's up, guys? Welcome back to Couch Coach Sports. This is Dean, and with me, as always, Bjorn. Bjorn, my brother, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks, my brother. How are you doing this weekend? I'm sure it's
Oh,
after well,
good,
this
oh,
Monday,
good.
I should say after this weekend. How are you doing?
So, brother. You know how it is there when you're a United fan, bro. Things aren't always the best, bro.
Another Manchester derby has come and gone with another Man City win.
Uh, bro,
A dominating win from the citizens as well.
But this one is kind of like we kind of knew it,
An
bro. It was
expected
just
one,
the
yeah.
problem is the hope. It's the hope that kills you, bro. Rashford
Especially
gave us
after
hope,
that
and
Rashford
that's what.
opener, eh? Rashford probably scoring
Dude,
goal of the season. Get your hopes up. Even as an Arsenal fan
yeah.
myself, I thought, here we go. At the very least, United are going to get a draw out of this game for us, help us on the log, and then second half comes along, and I mean, City, just the amount of shots they had, and just the class
Yeah.
prevailed. I mean, even Haaland missed a few in the first half.
Yeah,
He probably
that's
should have
when
scored.
Haaland
So
missed that first one. I thought, oh, this is our day. This is our lucky day.
the
We're gonna
stars
win
are
this.
aligned. Eh? You thought the stars were aligned for this one.
Exactly, exactly, bro. So, but it is what it is, bro. But considering that game and our performance, bro, let's start our video today. We're gonna do the top or let's say 5 signings that Ten Hag needs to make or United needs to make in the summer, bro.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so you give me your list, bro, and then we'll see if our lists align, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, like we said, Man United have just not been the team that they've been. Okay, the last decade even. We shouldn't really just blame Ten Hag and say it's like been a recent thing. They haven't been a good team for a while, and it's mainly down, in my opinion, it's just been mainly down to recruitment. We've seen them pay a lot of money for a lot of players that just haven't come through. So it's obviously there's a problem with the scouting system, with who decides who to buy the players. I'm never sure if it's the manager deciding or if it's the board deciding. We never know who's deciding to buy these players, if it's brand decisions, if it's to improve the what the performance is on the field. But I think, I really do think if United, and they need to make like 4 or 5 top quality signings and a mixture of players from abroad and players from within the Premier League. If you could actually find, okay, the buying players in the Premier League obviously more expensive, but if you could find 4 or 5 quality players that are actually shining in the Premier League, that's going to do wonders for Man United. So I've actually got 5 positions that I think United need to improve. I've got goalkeeper. I know you guys signed Onana recently. I still don't think Onana is up to the caliber of like the amount of mistakes he's made this season. He was mainly the fault for you guys dropping out of the Champions League. And who knows, like in a lot of times when you make it through a group stage in the Champions League and you get on a nice cup run, who knows how far United could have gone there. And I think he was at fault for majority of that. I do think you guys need another left back, even though Luke Shaw is a quality player.
Yeah, definitely. He's injury prone.
Yeah, the best ability is availability, as they say, and he's just never available. Centre backs obviously a huge concern for you guys. Harry Maguire has not been up to standard, even though he's playing better this season. He's never been up to standard. Varane's getting up to on with age, and then Lindelof and Martinez injury prone, and Lindelof probably is not going to be around for much longer either. So I've got goalkeeper, left back, centre back, midfield. I mean, you guys could honestly get a CDM, a central midfielder, and a cam. Mason Mount's another one, injury prone consistently. You guys haven't had a proper CDM. I know Casemiro came in, but he's just not lived up to expectations either. And then I'd say you guys need another wing. Marcus Rashford's probably going to leave soon. Anthony, also another one that just came for him for a lot of money, but never lived up to expectations. Probably one of the worst signings ever in the Premier League. And it's reminiscent of what Man United have been doing in the last couple of years, paying extraordinary amounts of money for players that just don't live up to expectations. So let me start off with the goalkeeper. I've actually got 2 options here. I think in the Premier League, if you guys could sign Jordan Pickford, we've seen how good he is. And also his distribution is pretty good. I think Jordan Pickford would be the ideal signing for you guys. Whether that happens is yet to be seen, but I think it's a very realistic option. Then another one is the Porto goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. You guys were actually very interested in him before Onana. And I saw against when they played Arsenal in the Champions League. I mean, he's a really high caliber goalkeeper. He's also got that attitude, that like almost like fuck you attitude, which is something that United have been missing for a long time. They don't really have those leaders, those quality players that will stand up and take a responsibility for their actions. So I think between Jordan Pickford and Diogo Costa, if you guys could sign either one of those two, it would make a huge difference already. Then left back, we mentioned that Luke Shaw is just too injury prone, he's too unreliable. The best option for me would be Theo Hernandez. I think if you guys could get Theo Hernandez from Milan, another game changer, solid game changer. Whether that will happen is also yet to be seen, because I think he's very settled at Milan. But then you got two other options. You also got Nuno Mendes of PSG, the Portuguese left back, and Alejandro Grimaldo from Bayer Leverkusen. He's probably him and Jeremy Frimpong, the other Leverkusen fullback, are probably the two best fullbacks in the world at the moment, especially attacking wise. So I would say Theo Hernandez number one for the left back position, then Nuno Mendes, then Grimaldo. Centre backs, which is probably one of the most important positions in the side, just because of considering how important the spine is for a team. Jared Brandthwaite, another Everton man. He's probably going to be England's centre back as soon as he breaks through properly for the next 10 years. He's a solid player. I can't remember exactly who he scored against, but he took such a nice. He controlled the ball off his right foot and then he bashed it in with his left. So I think he's another one that can be looked at. And then two more realistic options probably. Bastoni and the Free from Inter Milan. You guys have been linked with the Free for quite a couple of seasons now. He's another one that I could, especially if Ten Hag stays. If Ten Hag stays, I wouldn't be surprised if the Free comes in this summer. Also brings with him loads of experience, so the Free is definitely another option. Let's move on to midfield. Midfield, I got two big boys here, but you guys need to sign someone that's going to revolutionize that midfield. So I've got with Tchouameni and Camavinga from Real Madrid. If you guys could bring in either one of those two, it's highly unlikely that they're going to leave the best top two clubs in the world. But if you guys manage to somehow secure one of those two signings, it would completely change your midfield. It would just revolutionize United's midfield and take it up. Let's say the midfield is about a 2 out of 5 now. It would really elevate it to about a 4 out of 5. It would also give the likes of Bruno more freedom to do what he wants to do. You guys wouldn't have to worry so much about the defensive side. And then when Mount hopefully comes back, it would also give him more freedom to actually express himself. And then the last position I've got is the wing. I've got wing down and I've got two options. Pedro Neto, who is probably one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. He's got a couple of assists. I think he might be leading assists or just second or third. I think with about 9 from Wolves. Pedro Neto is probably going to cost around 60 million mark, but he's another one. Comes in, changes United's team completely. You'll be able to actually deliver balls in for, and with the form that Wayland's in at the moment, if he's actually get someone in that can be creative and deliver nice crosses in, low and high crosses, he's going to score a ton of goals. And then the last option is actually a guy that Arsenal have been linked with recently, as well as Nico Williams from Athletic Bilbao, the Spanish youngster. We saw his brother actually play for Ghana, Inaki Williams, another FIFA legend. If all of you FIFA players will know, Inaki Williams is quite of a FIFA legend, but his brother Nico is, I think, is even a better player than him. So who do you have, brother? Those are my 5 positions. I know I've got quite a few players there, but wait, before we go on, let me just say my top options. So I'll go Jordan Pickford, goalkeeper, Theo Hernandez from Milan, left back, Jared Brandthwaite in the defense. Tchouameni, I think, is more important than Camavinga because you guys need someone that can settle there at the back and just control it better. And then Pedro Neto from Wolves. Those are my 5 options for United for the summer.
Yeah, bro, good options. Yeah, bro, I'm pretty similar. I've just adapted. I don't think the goalkeeper is. If I think of budget and what we need, I think we just have to wait it out with on. If he finds form, if you can't find form, we have to back our second goalkeeper. I think it's just the budget there and what we're gonna have to pay for a new goalkeeper is gonna be ridiculous. Bro.
Yeah, it's unlikely that you guys will spend another 50 mil on a goalkeeper after just spending 50 mil.
Exactly. But Grimaldo, bro, I think Grimaldo is probably one of the best left backs we can get, bro. I think just what he's doing in the goal contribution, assist contribution, he's perfect for what we need, bro. The way Ten Hag wants to play forward and back, you know what I mean, on that left, on his fullbacks. I would thinking of Frimpong, Frimpong is obviously better than Delo, bro. But again, with budget, Frimpong, you're gonna be paying so much for him, bro. So we have to stick with Delo. So that's why I'd rather.
You don't really want to spend your whole budget on 2 fullbacks because fullback is an important position, but it's not the be all and end all.
Yeah, exactly. And if you think of Grimaldo, bro, he can kind of move into left wing if we need him to. And like I said, Luke Shaw can also move around. But if Grimaldo came, I'd probably play Grimaldo over Luke Shaw, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play Grimaldo over Luke Shaw, bro. I know it sounds like I'm going to be looking at all these Leverkusen players, bro, but it's just what it is.
But that's how it is, bro. If they're the best, when a team does so well, especially a team that's not a Bayern Munich or something, these are the players that are going to get poached in the summer. So I get it.
Yeah, bro. At centre back again, I also went to the centre back. The ideal signing for me would be Matthijs de Ligt, bro. I think it's somebody that Ten Hag wants. And I think it's a move that could possibly happen. If you think about like the price of him, it could maybe happen, and he's ideal for what we need at the moment. If not him,
Good
we look
shot,
at like
good shot.
Todibo from Nice. But I think that's the easiest transfer because it's Jim Ratcliffe's other club. I think that's just.
And you guys were linked heavily with him before he moved from Barca. I remember he was pretty much almost signing for you guys, and the next moment he joined Nice.
Exactly, and the third option for centre back is Edmund Tapsoba. I like the way he's been playing for
Tapsoba.
Leverkusen as well, bro. Yeah, so but I think De Ligt is kind of realistic, and if we're going to be spending on a centre back, spend properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the midfield, bro, there's a few options, but I think a number 10, I'd probably look for like someone more attacking. They just has a bit more speed and let's say technical ability going forward. And again from Leverkusen, Florian Wirtz, bro. I enjoy the way he plays so much, bro. The other day though, I did see a thing of Jamal Musiala.
Oh, I thought you were going to say about
Ju-
Wirtz's dad. Did you hear that thing about Wirtz's dad where he was saying that he's probably going to stay at Leverkusen for another 2-3 seasons?
I didn't see that, bro, but fuck, okay. but Jamal Musiala, bro. I see he's not signing. He doesn't want to sign for Bayern. But that's I kind of feel it's very unrealistic.
He's got the English roots, though. I don't think that's so unrealistic because he's got the English roots.
But if he's got English roots, he'd go to our neighbours, bro.
Do you think
know what
so?
I mean?
He's from the Chelsea. He's from the Chelsea academy.
Yeah, I think Man City would get him. If we got into a race, they would get him, bro.
Yeah, but they'd probably get anyone. You know what I mean? If they go head to head against anyone, and otherwise, if you guys pay a bit more money, you never know. You guys like to spend.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And then where I didn't go with the goalkeeper, I went with the striker. Bro, we've spoken about this, I've told you. With United, we've kind of always got this tradition of having an older striker up front, assisting the younger boys, breeding them in. The thing with Højlund is fantastic, but I think he's going to be a great player in the Premier League. But to have someone there, a backup, like we've seen the last 3 weeks, how we need a backup, how badly we need a backup.
Big time, yeah.
And the perfect backup for me, obviously it's going to cost a lot of money, is Karim Benzema, bro. I think it will cost us a lot, but he's going to be banging in goals. And who better to learn from than Karim Benzema for Højlund, you know?
No, Benzema's obviously a good shot. The only problem is, are you guys going to be able to afford the wages? Because you know he's in Saudi now, and those Saudi wages
that's the only thing that's like unrealistic in terms of like money. But would it be that bad of an investment?
What about an Ivan Toney? What about an Ivan Toney? Would you?
I'm not finished yet, brother. I'm not finished yet.
Oh, you get into him. Apologies.
And if not Benzema, a more realistic option, which it's realistic in that we're still gonna have to pay, but there's more chance of it happening, is Ivan Toney, obviously, bro. I think obviously the attention from the other clubs will be a hindrance, but I think we can definitely we're one of the clubs that could pull it through. It's still an upgrade from where he's playing now to come to us, but it's if Liverpool want him. Liverpool maybe not in a great position now since Klopp is leaving, but if let's say Chelsea are willing to spend more than us, which they could be, I think they might go there. But Ivan Toney, or you guys, especially you guys, who need a number 9.
We're also interested in Ivan Toney.
Yeah, we need a number 9. So another number 9, but also a problem with Ivan Toney is probably he will want to be the main striker, bro. And I think that's probably Højlund's thing. But at the same time, a bit of competition between the two is only beneficial for us, bro. So.
Yeah, you want that competition. I mean, even if you guys probably could look at someone like an Osimhen. I know he's going to cost about 100 million, but we know you guys aren't scared to spend. I mean, if an Osimhen comes in, unfortunately for Højlund, he's going to have to be sitting on the bench a little bit because Osimhen will be the main man. I know there's a guy from Sporting Lisbon. I think it's Victor Gyökeres. I don't know if you've seen him. Mm-hmm. He scored about 35 goals already this season. And he's another one I think that's going to be hearts on the trail of a lot of the Premier League clubs. Yeah, I think the striker position is definitely one that you guys should be looking at. I mean, you mentioned it just now. When Højlund's out, you guys don't really have any options. I think that is probably more... It's going to be more of a concern for you guys in the summer as the striker than the goalkeeper. Already spending 50 million on him. Maybe he comes good. I mean, he is a Champions League finalist, so maybe he comes good. Also, if Ten Hag stays, that's going to be his main man. Onana, they've been working together since the Ajax days. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good list. Like we said, there's going to be a lot.
I think I had four there though. I left out the winger. So I said centre back, De Ligt, Grimaldo, Wirtz, Benz or Tony. Yeah, the winger, bro, from Napoli, Cravardona, brother.
The Georgian.
I think that guy is good, bro. And I think he's got the physical stature to be good in the Premier League, bro.
Yeah.
So I like him a lot. Obviously, it will cost 100 mil minimum. But I think if I'm going to spend 100 million on one of the Napoli players, I incline towards Kvaratskhelia more than I do to Osimhen.
Just because you guys have Wayland at the moment.
Yeah, and I just think that if we look at our wingers now, he'll offer us more in our team, bro. He's just more chicory, bro. Like, we think of how the Premier League, how we play wide, and the balls that we putting into our box now versus look at what Foden did to us yesterday, playing off the right. If we can have someone who's just taking the defenders away from our strikers, and maybe we haven't seen Højlund with the amount of chances as, let's say, a Haaland gets or Darwin Núñez gets, bro. I think he will outscore Darwin Núñez at least, bro.
Definitely. No, he definitely will. He's definitely more composed and a better finisher in front of goal than Darwin Núñez is. And he's still young. He's only 20, so there's still a lot of room for growth. He's only going to get better. He's only going to mature. He's going to fill in more. He's going to get stronger. Now, I've got big hopes. Honestly, out of all the players that you guys have signed in recent years, when I look at the way Højlund plays, he's got that attitude as well. He's a very, very exciting player.
He's got that dog.
Yeah, he's got that dog in him. No, it's a weird time for United because obviously there's a lot of bad stuff happening at the club at the moment. But I do think if things start clicking right and if Jim Ratcliffe actually puts in the processes into place that will change you guys, it could be quite an exciting time and quite a scary time for the rest of the Premier League teams. Because if you guys get back, even slightly a little bit back on your horse, I should say, you guys are definitely going to be a formidable side back in the Premier League. And then you guys are just going to attract the top quality players once again. And not the old ones, not the ones that are past like sell by date. Not Varane when he's done, not Casemiro. You guys are going to attract the players that are in their prime.
Yeah, bro, it's a difficult time now. Like you said, that transition, bro. But it takes one season. I thought it was last season. I thought last season was that shift. But, bro, it's turning it on for a second season is difficult, bro. Yeah. So but we'll see where we end up and what can happen in the summer, bro. So gym is a big boost for us. So hopefully it works out how we want it. I think it's important for the Premier League, bro. We don't really want a weak United. You want it to laugh at the fans, but you don't want it to, in terms of competition, you know?
Yeah, in all honesty, even how boring has been with Man City dominating for the last couple of years. I know Liverpool have been there. Yeah. But the Premier League was at its best when you had the top four. When you had Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea and Liverpool all competing. Every season you weren't sure who was going to win it. It was always tight. There was always at least a different team. So even when United were dominating, there might have been Chelsea the one season that were competing with them. Then it was Arsenal again. And it was always, there was always that good competition. Now these days it's pretty much, it's Liverpool, Man City. Man City probably going to win the league. You know what I mean? There's nothing much to it. At least Arsenal have joined the race. But like I say, you do want 4 or 5, especially the big teams, especially the 4 old boys. If you can get the 4 old top 4 just back on track, it's gonna make the Premier League such a better league.
For sure. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed that, please leave a like, please subscribe, leave some comments for us. We'll get back to you guys. And until next time, cheers.
Peace, everybody.